All right, I'm here with Thysse, former professional boxer, now a promoter. You've been off the promoting scene for a while, and you're sort of back in there. Is that a confirmed thing yet?
Yeah, Aidan, yes, it's a confirmed thing. We were off for a while because we got badly hurt. The promotion got badly hurt through the American that promises the world. You know, I'm very gullible. People can talk to me about boxing. I want to get involved. And unfortunately, we got hurt on that one. We stepped aside. We took our time. And yes, we're back in action again and going to go fully on promotion again. Our first show will be on the 9th of May.
One thing we've noticed in the last couple of years is, you know, Andre, you've been commenting less on controversial matters on Facebook. You still have your opinion, but you've sort of calmed down a little bit. What was the change for you?
The change, boxing needs to be uplifted, I think. And I think the problem is I had a lot of negative talks about certain things, and you realize that all that negative talk is breaking boxing down. So let's rather take that and have your opinion, but have it in a positive way. And I think people, when you start talking positive, people stop arguing with you because there's nothing more to argue about.
You still have your part to play, despite you being off as a promoter over the years. You'd always helped sort of match and stuff like that. Is that a passion of yours?
We help quite a lot of promoters. My phone is open 24/7 to any promoter in South Africa that needs help. Coming now, talking about that, on the 4th of April there's a tournament in Kimberley. The guy's name is Russell. He's got his promotion there. His promotion hasn't been registered yet, so I'm helping him with my promotion. He's putting everything up, and I will just use my name. And if we can get a change on the day that he get licensed, we will do that.
What's 2020 got in store for you? Because obviously, you know, it's being out of the sport for a while. You would have observed certain things. You would have learned a lot of things along the way. This year, is it a big year, or is it just simply a start of something?
I think this year is simply a start to come back. I think, as everybody knows, I had the best fighters, I had the best junior middles in my camp. With us going quiet, I had to put my boxers into other promotions. Ruak Knop is now with Golden Gloves. Emmanuel Colombo is now with Matiti. Brandon is still with me. So we still got a lot of things to offer, but I think this one is I need to build back. I need to get youngsters in the game, and I need to build up the youngsters and get a strong camp like I had before.
Let's talk about Emmanuel Colombo. He's the sort of guy that's, out of all the junior middleweights you had, you always identified him as being sort of the special talent, the guy that's going to go on and perhaps become the world champion. With him now where he is placed, is everything set for him to still go on and achieve those things?
I think Emmanuel is in a good space at the moment with Matiti. I think Matiti just have to step up a bit with this boy. I always reckon Emmanuel Colombo will be the next world champion in this division. And I think if they guide him right, they can do that. If not, if they need help, I will help them with it, because I still think Emmanuel Colombo in the junior middleweight division is a boxer to beat.
We're actually sitting outside the Durant stable right now. Obviously, we chose a venue to meet up this morning. Speaking about young Damien, I mean, he's doing phenomenal things in the sport. What's your take on him?
Put it this way, I think Damien is one of the hardest trainers that I know. I think he's taking after his dad. Let's be honest with that. He's got that mentality, and certain boxers need certain trainers. Now, when I say that, take for instance Brandon, my son. He was with Harold. Harold's a very good trainer, don't get me wrong. Harold's a very good trainer. But you need a 24/7 look after a boxer. And I think that's where Damien came in. And with Damien's attitude of way he looks after and gives his 24/7 to a boxer, that's why I had to bring Brandon over to Damien. And I think a lot of these boxers that are here with Damien feels the same way. Without that constant, with him looking over their shoulders, they won't be where they are without him.
In saying all that, I think Brandon took a little while to adjust maybe to the style. He had that Harold Fulbrecht style where, you know, he was more of a jab boxer, you know, upright. Now that you see the changes, was it for the better?
Harold got a style, Damien's got a style, every trainer's got their own style. And I could see a lot of changes in Brandon by changing and adapting to Damien's style that he's fighting. And I think it showed in the last fight that he's now adapted, and he's moving on, and he's now committed to Damien, what Damien says to him. And that is a nice thing about it. Him and Damien now connects, they're getting along, they're working together, they understand each other better, and that's what we need for him.
Emotions ran very. Brandon's a very quiet guy from what I picked up interviewing him and just knowing him for a brief period of time. He got very emotional at the end of the fight against Rourke. I think that was a big fight, obviously the biggest fight yet, and achievement. What is going through his head? Because you're his dad, you would have known him the best. What's going through his head the moment he wins the fight against Rourke Knapp?
Rourke Knapp was one of my fighters, and I had a lot of respect for the kid, and I still got a lot of respect for the kid. We just always knew it would be a great test for us to fight him, because my son felt that Rodney Berman is looking after Rourke Knapp first, and Brandon felt he's stronger than Rourke Knapp. But I said to my son, calm down, we will get the fight eventually. Eventually we will do something and you will show people what you can do. Did we want the Rourke Knapp fight? No, we didn't want to, because he was my boxer. And I felt very bad to take a boxer that I looked after all the years to fight one of my boxers that is also my son. But we knew it's going to happen. When Brandon won him, a lot of emotions ran through him, because he realized he's in a higher class. He's a better boxer. He can go further. And I think that changes a lot when a boxer realizes what his potential is. That bigger doors do open up, bigger things can happen for you, and this is where it comes from.
He's obviously opened a big door because it's the second match against Boyd. Obviously, fans had their say for both sides of that first result. Now it's a matter of taking care of business for both guys. That be Boyd, that be Brandon. It's the big one. It's not just the money that's involved, because we know that's also got a big part in this. But it's sort of for pride, ego. There's just so much that goes into a fight like this. What makes you so confident that your son's got the beating of Boyd?
Why do I think he can beat Boyd? Purely confidence. Did you see what happened in the first fight when he was training, when he fought Boyd? He know what training he did for that fight. He know what he missed in training with that fight. And when we took on the Rock fight, he never missed a training session, and we could see it in his fight. And with him decided, I need to train to beat people. I need to train very hard to beat people. I think this rematch with Boyd is something that he's been waiting for, and he's not going to miss it.
You got more family boxing. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
I got my youngest son in amateurs. Then I got my brother's son in amateurs, and they all want to turn pro next year. I don't want them to turn pro this year because I don't think they're right yet. There's a lot to learn still in amateurs for them coming this year. The one is 21, the one is 22, so they're both youngsters. They're both over 6 foot tall, so they're quite big kids. So yes, I think that the Thysse name is still big time into boxing, and we're going to be there for a long time, and that's what we're working for.
Let's go back to your promotions real quickly. I think on social media you said that you made a few signings already. Can you tell us who those are?
I signed the heavyweight George Pretorius. He's number 2 in South Africa. He's up to fight for the SA title. We put a challenge in for the SA title. We got a step aside letter from Tian Fik, so that opens the doors for us for that one. And then I signed a featherweight that I promoted 5 years ago, Gerard Titus. He was out the scene, and he's back in boxing now. He's a 3-1, and we are looking to sign more boxers. I need to build my stable again, and I need to be a strong stable again.
Now let's talk about this. Obviously you're filling in for someone else on a tournament, but when is your first tournament in your mind going to be taking place?
Our first tournament we're planning is for the 9th of May, and we're putting our all our eggs into one basket. We want to make it an ABU title. I just want both boxers to agree to it. As soon as they agree to it, we will sign the contracts for that.
Now, your son's fighting Boyd Allen. Which of the other fights is your pick of the night?
On the night, I think Malajika's in for a very hard fight. He's fighting Sultan. If Malajika can pull that one off, it will be a big step forward for him. Do I think he can? Yeah, I'm on the post for that one. I think the fight is just hard, so early in his career. I think Brian Mitchell is very confident he can. Brian, my message to you, if you can, you got something good going there. My other one, Rocknop versus Tristan Truter. I promoted both of them. Who do I think on the night's going to win? Rock, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to go with Tristan Truter on this one. But you got that left hand, the left hook that can be dangerous, and we know Tristan fights very upright. If you can let that go, it can happen. But on the night, style-wise, I'm going to have to go for Tristan Truter on this one. Who else is on the bill?
Actually, Lebo and Keaton just got announced yesterday, I think.
Last I heard, they were on, they were off.
Oh, okay.
It is a good fight. It's a good rematch for Keaton. I still got Lebo winning that fight.
All right, Andre, and then, just lastly, from our side, hopefully this is a good year for you coming back into it. We know the difficulties of South Africa promoting, managing anything in the sports in South Africa is very, very difficult to promote. But from our side, all the best for that. And do you want to leave any last comments?
Well, put it this way. Firstly, we have to say thank you to SA Boxing Talk for doing what they're doing. Aiden, you're doing a good job. I think you're giving us a lot of exposure on all the social media sites and all of that. And I think with Side TV coming on board for us, I think that's a big thing for boxing, that we're going to get our boxers out there. We're going to make our boxers known again. And I think we just want to say thank you to all the sponsors that stayed behind us. Bridgewater Logistics, Kinetic Trading, RDG. These guys are always there for us. They're always looking after us. And then we're always looking for more sponsors to come on board. And thanks again to SA Boxing Talk.